Welcome back. This is episode number 2. I guess that's 4. This time I'm going to introduce my friends that I have here with me. Let's start youngest first. This is Ashley. Isn't she wonderful? We got Jocelyn. We all know her, and our fiery redhead right over here, Tiffany. We also got a little fan action going on because it's a hot one. Okay, so today, first article, as you guys know the drill, or you should if you don't by now. All the articles are going to be on the blog, along with some great tidbits about these wonderful ladies in case you want to know more, because why wouldn't you?
Hello.
Alright, so the first article we are talking about today is essentially a father took his daughter to school wearing a sundress. And his daughter is 5 years old, but when he picked his daughter up, she wasn't wearing her sundress anymore. She was wearing a t-shirt and shorts. Okay, ladies, how do we feel about this?
I can relate so well to this because I've already been experiencing this, and I understand it later. I don't understand it at 5 because we're putting these ideas in their heads that are like, they wouldn't even be there. Like, why is this wrong? And now I have to explain why it's wrong. And it's not when they're 4 and 5 and 6. It's really not.
In the article, the father said that if you strip her down and cut her hair, she's completely identical to a 5-year-old boy. So what's the issue? I understand how older, when we're in high school, okay, maybe we don't want parts hanging out. And then the dad in the article even said that he knew that he would have to deal with body shaming and sexism, but he wasn't ready for it at 5 years old.
Exactly.
For his daughter.
But then I just think it makes it worse for when you get to high school. Because when I got to high school, I wanted to wear, I wanted to wear this, but it wasn't okay. And it's are my shoulders like that?
Yeah, like I never thought about that.
I don't know, it just sets the standard so soon, and so when you're older, it just makes it even worse, I thought.
They say you have to do that. You have to do that because how people get distracted from what you're wearing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I
don't understand that at all.
That's the upsetting part.
Ooh, those shoulders are turning me on.
Now we have to conform what we do because of how other people think.
But it's also, we do need to know when to draw the line of, okay, our shorts are an inch too short, like let's send her home. It becomes now, is the girl the one being more distracted because you took her out of class, you send her home, she got in trouble, or is the boy the one being more distracted because her shorts were an inch too short?
Yeah.
Like, it just doesn't add up. Why are these rules in place? It's like, why? Because we're a distraction to the boys. And the father said in the article that there are no male-specific rules, really. His argument is you could go to a store and pick anything out in the boys section of 5 years old and it would be perfectly fine to wear to school. But you can't pick anything out that's available for a girl at 5 years old and have her wear to school.
Right.
So either, why are they selling these clothes? Are they too sexualized for young girls? Like, why are you even making them? Or is it that the school is wrong in saying, okay, she's showing her shoulders, she can't wear it.
And I think they're making the woman's body so like it's supposed to be sexual, something to be hidden. Like I went to a Catholic school from 7th grade, and it's like when I got to middle school, they were like, oh, well, you can't wear that. And in my mind, I was like, why? Like a tank top?
Yeah.
I don't understand. And maybe everyone else was used to it, but not me, because I didn't think of a little girl, 7th grade girl's body
that way.
A distraction.
There's a big difference between wearing a sundress with spaghetti straps than the people that put makeup on their kids and do all this other stuff. That's an extreme. This isn't that.
And I like though that the article ended on the dad telling his daughter that anytime she wants to wear her sundress to school again, he'll let her. And if they tell her that she needs to change, ask why. And continue asking why until you get an answer that you like.
Yeah.
I like that. I was like, way to go, Dad.
Yeah.
Looking back now, if I would have asked why, if I really would have sat and thought about why they're asking me to wear this, not, oh, it's just a rule, they're adults, I hate it, then I would have realized why they're really doing it and understood that, wait a minute.
And maybe I have a problem with this.
Yeah.
Hold on. I fought dress code in high school. We weren't allowed to wear athletic shorts or rainbows, like shoes, rainbows.
Oh, okay,
That's what I wore. And I asked why every single time, and they said the reason why we have a dress code in our school district is because you can tell when someone walks on campus and they're not a student. And they said it's a safety factor, and that's why dress codes are put into place, so they can pick out, oh, you're not a student, oh, you're not a student, and then they go to them.
Bullshit.
Yeah, right? Article we read, or a video, maybe it was a couple of videos, I think it was a couple of videos, also a slight article. but it was about the tree change dolls.
The Barbie dolls.
Yay! You guys can go ahead and read the article or watch the videos, and it's essentially the Bratz dolls. I'm sure we've all seen them or heard of them. They have crazy makeup and like giant eyes and big heads and little bodies. They're just, I don't even know what really they're supposed to be. But in the video, I love how one of the little girls, she noticed, she was like, I like the dolls because the new dolls don't have the dark, scary makeup or big lips. It's like, yeah, we all want something that we can relate to.
They just look human.
Yeah.
They look human.
Yeah.
Now.
And it's like, that's all we wanted. And the weird thing is you don't realize how human they look until you look at even not just Bratz dolls, but any other Barbie dolls and hold them next to each other, and you're just like, okay, these.
The side-by-side picture blew my mind.
The husband in the article, his interpretation of the dolls was really interesting. He said that it's basically, the Bratz dolls look like they care about what everyone else thinks of them, but the tree change dolls just look about how they care about themselves and what they think about themselves. And that was cool because the Bratz dolls are really made up and really unrealistic. And these are the toys that you're giving to your, I don't know, how old are you when you play with dolls? Like 5, 6, 7? These are the toys. This is what you're giving them to look like or to act like. That's what they do. Don't they try and like kind of like live through the dolls or make a story of the dolls?
Oh yeah.
One of the girls mentioned she looks like the same age as me. Like, isn't that nice? So tumbling off of these Barbies, there was another manufacturer or man, I believe, in the next article, same thing, they go together, that they made Barbie dolls that have measurements of an average 19-year-old girl. So they don't have the crazy tiny waist with the out of proportion head. I don't know if any of you have ever looked up what the actual proportions of a human being would look like, but they're insane. Insane, but I guess they started making Barbies that are the same proportion size to a 19-year-old girl, and they gave the dolls to a group of kids and saw what they had to say about them. I liked how the girls looked at the Barbie and were like, she's unique. Like, I love that. Because I'm all about everyone being totally 100% them. Like, I love everybody and all of their flaws, and everybody is so unique that now all these Barbies look alike, but these girls picked up these Barbies and they were like, she's unique. And I'm like, good, so are you. Like, you play with that Barbie, we're all unique.
Yeah.
I'm over here like getting teared up.
Yeah, no, I seriously, I was like, I did at one point. I got a little choked up, and then I was also cracking up because I was like, oh my god, it's so funny. They're like, oh, it looks like my sister. Oh, it really looks like my sister. Oh, from this way, it looks like my sister. Oh, she looks normal. She looks normal. That was the other thing. And then I love the part where they were like going, because they asked every kid, you know, what job do you think this one would have? What job do you think this one would have? Oh. And the one was like, hold up the Barbie, and was like, she doesn't look like she'd do any job. and then the boy, that was the best part. The boy was like, just to make sure I get it right, she thinks she's all fashiony and that she's better than everyone else. And I was like, okay, when a 6-year-old boy looks at a Barbie doll and recognizes that, what are we putting into his mind before he even has a chance to formulate that opinion?
I'm so stoked about these other dolls because look how unique they are and how happy they are, and they look like what they say. This one looks like a teacher or a surfer or all these neat things, or my sister, and then the blonde one. What does she look like?
A model.
She does makeup. Not that there's anything wrong with being that, but just to open up the eyes and
very superficial stuff.
That the dolls don't need to be superficial, but they can be realistic and they're still going to be liked. But I mean, it all tumbles down into the makeup industry and the fashion industry. Starting at a young age now, we're putting this seed in their mind that this is what you're supposed to be and supposed to look like. So when you turn 13, you can start buying mascara and hair extensions and high heels. So then when you turn 18, you can go and wear these bathing suits and all this shit. And it's just one big tumble on each other. So what if we start with the tree change dolls? Then what do we think will tumble down from that?
Someone also specifically said that doll was more human-like. And that was so very key to me because I was like, okay, so now they already recognize that they will never look like this. So they have this Barbie and there's nothing they can do to ever look like this. They know that already. And why? Because of what we've already put into their minds. That this is, you know, on TV or everything that they see, the beach body like we talked about last time, they know because they hear.
Yeah.
They can't be that, but that person is something they can be. That doll is something they can be because she's human life.
Video we watched was some life advice to women from women on the red carpet. And there were some great stars in there full of tons of advice. I'll let you guys watch the video. I'm not going to give anything away. I hope the anticipation is building because it's great. Because it's a great video. But my favorite part was, or my favorite actress rather, to bring a quote was Chloe Grace Moretz. I loved her quote. She talked about how accepting your flaws and accepting who you are and being okay with it and growing into it. And that really struck a bell for me because I remember in high school, my number one thing in the world was I wanted fake boobs. All the girls are getting fake boobs. I never got tits. Girls are getting for graduation, whatever.
For real?
And yeah.
High school?
Yes.
What?
That's what
Yeah.
my sisters had friends.
Yeah.
Hakuna, your
tons of
tatas,
girls.
literally. Jeez.
And you're 18 and they're still growing, like, you know, but mine never did. But I'm so happy that my parents didn't let me do it at 18 because I would have gone through with it, and it wasn't until I was probably 22 or 23 when I realized, thank God I didn't do that, because I am so I feel so much more unique now and more me, and I'm not being what other people want to see or what other people want to be or what they expect, or I'm not being the billboard or trying to be the magazine. I'm me, and it's great, and I love it, and I'm going to share it. Yep. And I think that that's the best advice you can really get, is just to literally accept your flaws and rock them and be okay with it and not try and hide it. And
everybody, over and over again, be yourself. And the only thing that kind of struck me funny about that is I didn't even know who I was until like last year. I wish, you know, the message would have been a little bit more than that. And a couple people did. Mm-hmm. But elaborate. Really just don't, it's more about a fear thing. Like, don't be afraid to say what you feel and do what you want, because it's okay to not know who you are.
Yeah.
Like, I guess that's what I mean.
Yeah.
That don't think there's something wrong with you if you don't, because I know I thought there was something wrong with me because I'm like, I don't know what the hell I want to do.
That's hard, telling people to be you when you're not really sure who you is. What about, like, find who you are?
Yeah, live a little bit and stop listening to everyone else. Except for us. Don't listen to us. We know what we're talking about.
There was one other lady in there, I don't remember who it was. I think it was near the end. It's like, enjoy the journey.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a race, you want to enjoy it. It's life. You don't, you're here to live life, you're not trying to go to a certain point and then be there. It's the whole thing. And I think that helps too. Like, live a little, be yourself, find yourself during the journey.
Yeah, it's one big journey. It's not, you're not trying to attain something. There is no finish, here's your award, you're done, you made it. Like, it's live. This is the fun. The end isn't the fun.
I picked the Gina Rodriguez, keep your morals, see through your integrity, and don't stop fighting. So I just thought that was like a big, I don't know, I feel like nowadays girls are just so going with what's trendy, and I feel like you have to keep yourself grounded in morals, you know, your morals, values that you had since you were little. You know, try to keep those, you know, stay grounded and like fight for what you think. Don't just go and go with the crowd.
I remember the exact moment that I decided to stop caring what people thought about me. And that was like the most freeing moment. You're happier, and people may not like you for that because they don't understand why you're happy. And I know you had that happen. We talked about this. So they're like, wait, but why do you hate me? Because really, I'm nice. But you also go home and you don't care.
Yeah.
And, you know, I wear what I want. I say what I want. I'm respectful. I'm kind. I'm all those things.
You're not a bad person.
No, but it really will change your life the moment that you don't worry about, oh, I need to wear this because she wears this, or I need to do my hair like this because this is how everybody else is doing their hair.
I think it's so scary sometimes, just even going to school and someone may be talking about something, you don't have the same opinion and you're scared to say it. And that was like a big thing for me in high school where everyone was talking about whatever, and it's like I didn't have the same opinion, and I was like, should I say it? And it's like, no, you say it. Just do what you feel is right, stay to your virtues, stay with your morals. I'm really big on like advocating for people with special needs and everything. So I remember when I was little, first grade, I hate the word retarded. That was like a big thing for me. So I remember in first grade, I was like, do you know what this word means? Do you know all this, this, and this?
You're gonna learn today.
Yes, and I have been doing that since I was in first grade. So it's like, I just, you have to keep true to yourself and your morals and everything. So I just think it's a big thing. And my friends would say retarded. They would say all these words. And in my head, one point, I was like, Ashley, is it okay? I questioned myself and my morals. And it's like, it's not okay. And my friend Morgan, she's like, now she already knows. Someone says retarded, she goes, Ashley. Tell them why you shouldn't say that.
It's so weird because we are always told, be yourself, be you, but it just seems like I've been told that my whole life, and it just seems like, okay, such a repetitive.
Yeah, because then we're sitting there going, okay, so I'll be me. Now, who should I be again?
Yeah.
It's almost so hypocritical. It's like society wants us to, be you, but don't be a different kind of you.
Yeah.
Be the right kind of you.
Yeah.
It blows my mind.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So hypocritical.
Yeah, they're screaming, be you, be you, be you.
Or be different,
but
be
then,
different. Like,
or be different, be different. And you're like, okay, which one? And what am I?
Yeah.
Is there a line of different I'm supposed to be?
Yeah.
And how much of me?
Yeah. Or like, oh, that's too different. Like, take it back a little bit.
I feel like we're so lucky now, especially to be, I feel like the movement is happening. The love yourself, the be yourself, the accept other people. And it's great, and I want to run with it, and I want everybody to run with it, and that it's okay to be you, and it's okay to not look like her or them or whatever everybody wants from you to be, because it doesn't matter. Like Jocelyn said, it's the most freeing thing in the world to just not care, to just not let it get to you, to not think like, oh, I need to wear this lipstick, or my hair needs to be straight, or I need to be this tall, or my stomach needs to be this flat. Like like you're fine, and being you is so free than trying to fit the mold of everything else, and you'll be so much happier, because all that matters is what's going on in your head. You're the only person who has to be you. So if you spend being you concerned about what other people think of you, then that sucks. You're in your own prison, and you don't have to be. One more thing to talk about today. There's a lot of interesting messages being sent via radio. What are these people singing to us?
Sex. Idolizing people. Drinking constantly, partying, having fun.
Yeah, it's so sad when you actually hear the lyrics or you read them. Like my mom. Was singing a song. I don't even know what song it was. She was singing something. I was like, Mom, he's saying to like drop the panties and all that stuff. She goes, what did you say? And I was like, I'm never singing this again.
My daughter, who's 10, was singing the song in the car the other day. It's that song, Honey, I'm Good song. And I've heard it a bunch of times. You know the one. Right? It's really catchy. I'm like, I like it. Like, I could see putting this on my running playlist, whatever. And then I'm like listening to her singing the words, and I'm like, now wait a minute. Because what this sounds like to me is that it's a guy that's trying to not cheat on his girlfriend, and if he has one more drink, he's gonna. And it's like almost honorable, right?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I really don't want to cheat on her, but I'm already thinking about it. And I'm going, wow, this is, and I believe she had a dance, her cheer group had a dance to that song, like a little portion, and I'm like, these are the words that they're singing, you know, and maybe they don't understand it, but maybe they do.
The hard part is that song's actually on one of the better radio stations. I know there's certain radio stations that don't have cuss words, but they still play pop music. But even then, it doesn't mean just because there's not a cuss word in the song, it doesn't innuendo anything else.
Right. Best song on the radio right now that goes completely with everything we're talking about is that Colby Calais song, Try. And I wrote down the one specific lyric, but really the whole song. Listen to it, but also pull up the lyrics on your phone. Wait a second, why should you care what they think of you? When you're all alone by yourself, do you like you? That's what I want my kids to hear. Like, that's what I want my daughters to think about. Like, don't care what everybody else is thinking, as much as humanly possible. Obviously to a point you're going to care. You know, I put mascara on for a reason.
For humans. The one that I thought of, it just makes me so upset that all these young, talented, amazing singers are singing about boys. The Selena Gomez song, The Heart Wants What It Wants, but she's just saying the heart wants what it wants, even though you're bad for me, essentially. Like, I can't sleep without you, blah, 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 all this stuff. And in my head, I'm like,
yes, you can.
Yes, yes, you can. Screw that. Like, if he's bad for you, walk out of it. And I understand, you know, there are things that are hard to walk away from and difficult relationships, but then write a poem about it and don't write a song about it for millions of other little
somebody
girls.
else's poems.
Why don't you sing an anthem about being empowered because you don't need this man? And then in contrast, a song that I've really been liking lately is the Jason Derulo song, Girl, I Want You. And it's like he's talking about, I want this girl to want me, and if you want me, then you got me, like I want you. And I'm like, yeah, Jason Derulo, like you want that girl. You don't be out here in the club trying to get some hot booty to dance on you. Okay, what do you got, Ashley?
The worst song that I hate so much.
Now Girlfriend.
I want to taste her lips because they taste like you. I want to drown myself in a bottle of her perfume. I want her long blonde hair. I want her magic touch. Yeah, because maybe then you'd want me just as much.
Shut up.
I was like, what is this shit? What is this? I was so mad.
Wait, is it girls that sing? I don't think I've ever
It's
heard
a country song.
Oh, okay, I don't listen to country.
It's a girl
Yeah.
singing. It's the old girlfriend singing about the new girlfriend.
And how she wants to, like,
Yeah, and that's
she
just so
can do
like,
that.
it's pathetic.
Yeah,
And envious and jealous, so it like exudes jealousy.
And not you, that's wanting to be someone else.
Yeah. Why do you want to be someone else but you? If he doesn't love you the way you are, and why are you going to change yourself for him?
An example of that, I know one of my girlfriends is actually dating a guy who's really into fitness and like he's super muscular, super like always has been his whole life, you know, like just that's his thing. And so she's like trying to keep up with that, you know, she feels like she has to be, you know, at a certain level. That was hard for me to try and know when to draw the line. Like I know that I want to be healthy and I want to be attractive, I want to do all these things, but how far and to what extent am I willing to sacrifice myself or things that I enjoy like pizza and french fries? You have to have that happy medium. You shouldn't always try and attain to be whatever anybody else wants you to be when ultimately your happiness matters, and you can just like sprinkle other people. Think of yourself as the happiness and everyone else is just the sprinkles on top of it.
I used to be really big, and then I got really skinny, and I stayed really skinny for like 5.5 years. And it was like this one day I woke up and I was like, oh my God, I have been on a little bit of a diet every day. And then I'm like, I just want to eat Mexican food. But I became not obsessed with it. And, you know, attribute it to only reading the first part of Eat, Pray, Love, and I stopped after the eat part. I don't know. But last year I was like, you know what? I'm just going to
Eat Mexican food.
eat Mexican food. Exactly. And drink beer and be okay with it. And
Enjoy it.
I know I'm gonna get back where I was. I'm not worried about it. But last year I really needed to be okay being happy in this body too. Yeah. And that's been really huge for me, like finding the balance that you're talking about, because I was so obsessed, like after losing all that weight, I was so obsessed with staying that way that I wasn't really happy.
And that's when you realize, are you sacrificing your happiness to please the eyes of other people?
Yeah.
It's really just balance. Like it's great to be that girl who goes to the gym and, you know, you eat healthy, but you know, you also want to have ice cream or go out with friends and get popcorn and a movie. You guys like the article. Hopefully the viewers read the articles, like the articles, enjoy what we had to say. If you don't like what we had to say, type it out. Tell me, let me know. If you do like what we had to say, also type it out. Also tell me. Also let me know.
Tell your friends.
Either way, I hope you liked it, and I do care about what you guys have to say, and I want to know what your thoughts are. I could only scrounge up enough women, but if you guys want to say anything or let me know, or any good topics or anything else you want us to talk about for next time, or advice or what have you, I'm all ears. And I just want to say thanks to them for helping me out and being there today, because it's hot and sticky and sweaty and all the way out in the middle of nowhere wherever we are, but you don't know. But thanks for tuning in. Bye.